there, friends. Welcome to my college vlog, weeks 5 and 6. For those of you who are new, I am a commuter, adult learner, part-time student at University of Oklahoma, and we are almost halfway through the fall 2018 semester. I'm going to try and make this video quick because I am quickly losing daylight that I use in lieu of professional lighting. So, let's get into it. So, side note, over the weekend I posted a cover song video of Free to Decide by the Cranberries, and I think I'm gonna try and post some more singing videos. So if you like acoustic covers, and maybe I haven't written music in a really long time, but maybe I'll get back into that. But I'm just gonna start out with some covers. So if you like acoustic cover songs, subscribe, and I will be posting some more of those. Last week, week 5, I realized something about my textbook for my social justice class, that there's actually a website, a companion website for it. So I will post that link in the description. There are, not the whole textbook is on there, but there are video links for each of the chapters and some useful information on there if you want to look into any of the things that I've been talking about or other things in the book. Because it's of course always good to look into things for yourself and check that out. So that's a good resource that I will post. I have been working on a book review for my English class, and I am writing a review on this book right here, The New Journalism by Robert S. Boynton, and it is a collection of transcribed interviews that he's done with different journalists who do a really immersive type of journalism where sometimes they will even live in a certain area and interact with a certain person or group of people for years in order to get a story, and then they write a book based on that. So I'll post a couple links to maybe some of those authors, but it's really inspiring. What attracted me to it is that it's kind of like an area of anthropology called ethnography, which is kind of the same thing, but it's not for journalism purposes, it's for studying the people's culture. But it's all about immersing yourself, walking in those people's shoes. And so it's cool because these journalists then write, and by reading their work, you're able to have more of that empathy for people and read from a different perspective of walking in their shoes. So I've been enjoying that. I have to wrap up that book review tomorrow and turn it in. In the social justice class last week, week 5, we talked about religious oppression. We actually didn't talk about it a ton because we had, on Thursday, we had a guest speaker come, which was actually really cool. I'll also post a link for his website. He's a Native American artist and does some really amazing work. So he came and spoke and showed us some of his work. Really cool. Definitely check out his stuff. His name is Nicholas Galanin. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but that was really cool, and also just, you know, talked about how sad it is that Native American history is not talked about more, and there's not recognition for that. So that was cool. As far as the religious oppression, I'm actually not going to talk about it too much, but I did want to just encourage you to, if you are a religious person, to look into other religions outside of your own. It can really help to understand other people better if you look into what they actually believe, instead of just making judgments about other religions based on hearsay or anecdotes, or maybe you know one person who is of that religion, and obviously, you know, you don't want to base your whole view of that religion on those few things. So I took a sociology of religion class last year, and then over the summer took a world religions class, and it's pretty mind-blowing when you actually learn about religion in general, like what even is the definition of a religion. You know, I hadn't really thought about that until I took the sociology of religion class. You know, does it have to include a supernatural being or not? Some religions don't. And so it's interesting to think about those things. But let's just remember that as far as privilege too, in America, Christians are the privileged religion. Just real quick, the whole war on Christmas thing, I really wish that that would stop being an issue, or that at least that wording would stop being used. I think it's not useful. I think it makes it out to be a whole lot worse than it really is. It's not a war if you're not allowed to put up a Christmas tree. Oppression would be if someone's telling you can't celebrate Christmas. Even if you can't call your party a Christmas party, you have to call it a holiday party. That's not oppression. And let's not get caught up in things like that, because there are people who experience actual oppression where they are prohibited from engaging in their religious practices, and that is oppression. And as always, let's look at our own selves before we point the finger at other people, and educate ourselves so we know what we're talking about, especially about sensitive things like religion. So this week, week 6, I'm actually recording this on Wednesday because I am going to not go to my classes tomorrow. I'm taking a mental health day. I actually have some family coming into town to visit for the weekend, which I'm excited about, but it's also, I've been having, decent amount of anxiety lately, and so it's something I have to have people in the house. I have to kind of mentally prepare for that, and just to manage my anxiety. So I'm not going to class on Thursday, but I'm just going to finish my assignments that I need to do, and it's not a big deal. Again, sometimes, just like sick days, we have to take mental health days. There's nothing wrong with that, and we shouldn't be afraid to take those days if we need them. So Tuesday, though, my internship, I just did a little bit more of reviewing of the next issue, the next magazine issue that's coming out. And in the social justice class, we watched a documentary on women in prison. And I love documentaries in general. I always have. I like being able to see things from the inside and step into other people's lives and get that different perspective. So it was really sad, of course, to see the stories of a lot of these women. A big part of the film was talking about drug laws and the minimum sentencing for drug possession, and how that's so detrimental and really has increased the prison population to a crazy amount, and really ends up hurting addicts more than helping them, because there's usually not any real rehabilitation happening. So that was part of it, and it was also stressing the trauma of taking mothers away from their children, because according to this film, 80% of women who are incarcerated are mothers, which I get, and I think that is really terrible. But I guess by the end I was thinking, well, it's terrible too when they have their fathers go to prison, Thankfully, it's not something that I personally have experience with, so I can't speak to the experience, but I think it would be difficult either way when either of your parents have to go to prison. But yes, we watched that documentary, and all I'm going to miss in the Thursday class is discussing that. So, but we are going to go to the OU football game on Saturday, which I'm excited about because I haven't been to one of the football games yet. So I think that should be cool. And then next week is week 7, and almost to halfway. Yay! Again, like I said in my last video, I'm not enjoying the classes as much as I'd hoped I would, but it's always good. I always get something out of any class I take, even if it's something that's not real interesting or I don't like the professor that much. I can still get something out of it. You get out what you put in. So thanks for watching, and have a wonderful weekend, whenever it happens to be that you watch this. Check out my other college vlog videos and the cover song video, and I will work on getting up some new different content for you guys. Let me know if there's anything particular you want to see, or if you have any questions for me, And as always, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the recommended links that I will be posting below. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.